Hello everyone, how's it going? Dr. Incompetent here, and let's resume our complete beginner's guide to MTG Arena, shall we? And I thought it might be fun. We could finish the color challenge to just play against some people. So, let's see, we've got blue and we've got black. So what I like to do at this point is just go back and check my quests. Do I have a quest for blue and black? Well, here's blue. And here's kill creatures. So there's nothing for black, but there's definitely something for blue. So we could resume the color challenge and see if we can win this with Jace. This is kind of challenging just because the blue starter deck isn't great. And I really wouldn't worry too much about this if you aren't able to get good luck and get a good hand. But it is something that you can just grind away at to get the rewards. So this hand starts us with a wall, and then we get into flying stuff. So this is fine. We definitely want more of these. So I'll keep that card. So the Wall of Runes does let you scry one, which is such a cool power. Alright, they're playing white. And, okay. They've got the Charm Strays going. Alright, and they're going to be doing some life gain. So we need to fly over them and pray. Alright. Okay. So now we're going to be drawing cards and putting down flyers. Now this, next turn we can play this, and it gives us, this will give us 2 cards to refill. Oh wow, okay, yeah, this is a beginning player. So they pacified my wall, which is amusing. So this guy is going to give them life. So if you ever play a life gain deck, you always want to kill the thing that grants life so that they can't get any combos. So I will trade this all day long, take 1 damage, so that they don't have an engine to continue that nonsense. Now I'm going to play another one. Draw a card. Okay. Alright, great. Now this says, if you would gain life, you gain that much +1 instead. But see how this would have been so brutal if they had the Impassioned Orator out, but they don't. I think it's in... Yeah. I was going to maybe play this, but we need to start putting down these. I'll attack. Keep their life down. If they want to block, that's tremendous. Okay. So, we, if they cannot get a life gain engine going, they've quit. Okay. Or that happens. We should be okay. We had a lot of... the nice thing about the blue deck is it gives you a lot of card draw, which is what blue does. So we got 250 coins, and we got 275 experience. What happened right there was they made a mistake of attacking with the Impassioned Orator, which is what would have given them life every time one of their creatures came into play, and would have started making them snowball. So once we took that down, they also used Pacify on our wall, which... usually you don't want to use Pacify on a 1 mana cost card like that that does no damage. It's not a very imposing threat. They were like trying to push damage through, but they're a new player. They're learning. And so I'm trying to explain why that was a bad decision. You want to save Pacify for some kind of bomb that you can't deal with otherwise, basically. And then you know, we were able to kind of keep drawing cards and start putting down flyers that they couldn't compete with. And the nice thing about card draw is your opponent, like, if you can trade and manage the board, they should run out of gas, and then you keep going and create an insurmountable board advantage, if possible. All right, so here we go. We got all that stuff, and that helped us chip away at that quest. And then the only color challenge we have left is this black color challenge. But look, we also get all of these rewards. That first reward, I think that was just for winning one online match. So we'll claim it. And then let's go back and do the black color challenge. And what we're trying to do is maybe kill some creatures to complete that quest. We're now going to be at the phase of our MTG Arena account where we're just doing daily quests combined with other quests that we have, events and things like that. This is a lot of land. This is a kill. This is an enchant, and this is not great, but I will keep this. It could be, normally I would not keep 4 land, but I don't really want to mulligan right here and get 6 cards, so I'll take this, but we need to draw some gas. Okay, we're playing another white life gain deck. I'm just going to kill this thing. All right. Okay, so there's their life gain. So we are going to play this, and then we don't have a kill. Our compound fracture wouldn't have killed that anyway, but we can play this and then just discard a swamp, I think, and be totally fine. Or we can put lifelink on this creature. I think I'm going to... I want to play this, but I like the idea of putting this down and then attacking and seeing if they trade. If they know what's about them, they will not trade right here. The other reason is this deck has Pacify, so if they want to pacify, you know, one of my existing cards, then that would be great to bait that out and then play this. But I also want to see if I draw a card next turn that requires 4 mana. If I don't, I drop this and discard the swamp. Or whatever card that we draw that might not be good. There's a lot to recommend just playing this on turn 3 and getting down to 5/5. But I kind of wanted to force the issue right here. Okay, so this person might not be here anymore. They've already roped once. Roping is what you call, it's a term from Hearthstone, where if a person basically times out, and MTG does a good job of like trying to catch if people are paying attention or not, and if their time runs out a few times in a row, then they stop getting time, and you know, you just get to steamroll them. So it's a nice way to get a victory. But I'm trying to actually, I killed one creature. I'm trying to complete the quest. But this person looks like they might not be here. The Vampire Opportunist is a 2/1, and it's a card that's very similar to what we looked at before where, okay, they've passed their turn. All right, now this is cool because this will do -2/-2. And I'm going to go ahead and do this to my Vampire Opportunist. This is going to buff them up, and then I will do this basically once this creature dies. It's going to die right now. Both of these will pump up, and then we're going to attack. and we get life gain as a result. So this Eternal Thirst that we played says enchant creature. Enchanted creature has lifelink, and whenever a creature an opponent controls dies, we get to put a counter on it. It basically gets the Malakir Callblade's kind of on-card text. And this Compound Fracture scales up based on how many you've played. We killed their life gen card, or their life creation card, basically, and now we have these two cards which are both getting counters whenever anything dies. They must have... I think maybe you get 3 ropes in a row before the game just auto passes the turn for you, or something like that. But if they do anything on their end, then the game will give you your timers back, I think. I'm not sure if they've changed that, but... Okay, they actually, yeah, if you rope 3 times in a row, you just lose. All right, so we get a very easy win there, and this completes the color challenge for us. So now we've done every color challenge. You can see we got another reward for getting a victory. And what's going on? How are we getting rewards? We're getting rewards right here. So this is basically where you get experience points for doing matches. And on the top bar, you get these rewards. So we just got some packs of the Lord of the Rings. Usually they'll just give you packs of whatever set is current for standard. And then this bottom path is if you have the Battle Pass. And if you're going to be playing regularly, I really recommend the Battle Pass. It's not that expensive. And it helps you boost your collection tremendously. All of these rewards you'd be getting. But we're doing free-to-play. Now, you can unlock the Mastery Pass for 3,400 gems, which we don't have any. You can buy to get those. They usually have some starter deals that are pretty good on the store. But I'm going to go back. I'm just going to keep playing free-to-play and showing you how this works. So we're going to go home. And the color challenge, let's get our reward. Bam. And so we got a cool artwork for the Skeleton Archer. We got some wild cards, and we got 200 coins. And now we've completed the entire color challenge. So if I go back here, you'll see it's all done. I go home, and it's asking me to resume the color challenge, but there's no... Okay, never mind. They're talking about it here. Well, I cut her off. She said, wow, you've completed all the color challenges. We did. So at this point, now that we're done with the color challenge, we're going to go to the starter deck duel. And let's just try this out. We're just going to click start, and we get to push the plus button and use one of our starter decks to do this. So let's pick something that's colors are synergizing with our quests. So we know that we have red or green, and we have white or blue. So if we got like red, white, or red, blue, or green, blue, or green, white, we could work on both of these quests at the same time. So let's do Starter Deck Duel. Let's click this, and we'll do Growing Hope. We'll do Selesnya, green, white. Now, what these are great for, you see all of these decks that we've just gotten, basically, for this event. These are going to help us learn the different color synergies. And this is playing a 2-color deck. Two-color decks are a lot of fun. In my opinion, they're usually the standard, like most people play 2 colors. Monocolor decks are also very powerful, but they're not as exciting because you just don't get to do as many different things. Now, this hand, if you're playing 2 colors, you could see I've got 2 white cards, a white-green card, and 2 green cards, but I only have 2 forests. So I'm going to need to mulligan this because I don't have any white mana. Now I'm getting mana of every color, and we're going to keep this. We need to discard a card from the cards. So I will discard this Titania's Command because it's just so expensive. Whenever I'm mulliganing, I just kind of look at, like, what could I never cast? And this is going to take me a long time, so I'll just, get rid of this for now. Put it on the bottom. All right, and we can't play anything. Right, on turn 1, we can't cast anything because it's too expensive. So I'm going to play this Radiant Grove. It's a dual land. It gives us both green and white. You can see on the land itself that it gives us 2 colors. But it comes into play tapped. But we don't care because we can't do anything anyway on the first turn. Put a +1/+1 counter on target creature you control if you weren't the starting player. Then, that creature deals damage equal to its power to target creature you don't control. Boy, that's really strange. When Citizen's Arrest enters the battlefield, exile target creature. Okay, so this is an exile card. Do I want to exile that? Not really. I mean, I can. I want to play this, but I don't have a creature. So I'm kind of like missing a creature. This is what I can play next turn. So I will do this just to cast a white spell. I don't know if I'm going to win. But I'm just going to cast a white spell. Sometimes, even if you're not going to win the match, you might want to just try to work on your quest. Now, that card was a 3/1, and it was going to be tough for us to deal with. We're going to play this next turn. This thing is going to come into play with 3 counters for each forest spent to cast it. And when it enters the battlefield, choose up to 2 other target creatures you control. For each planes spent, we can put a counter on. Okay, so they put a 3/1 Gixian Recycler down. Wow. I'm going to play my land. I'm going to play this guy. And I'm going to use Sylvan Smite to kill this. I'm not going to kick this. Okay, so this is a complicated card, but basically, it's going to cost 1 white and a colorless for a 2/2. You could pay a green to put a +1/+1 counter on target creature you control, which I guess could be itself, but we don't want to do that right now. I'm just going to do this. And it's going to ask, do you want to cast it regular or with the kicker? We don't want just regular. And then I'm going to do this spell to target my creature and to target their creature. And they did that. They conjured that into their graveyard. That's fine. So now if I play this, I can search for a land and then pump this creature up, which isn't bad. So they're using the green-black card. Okay, well then they did that. So they removed my creature, but we'll just cast this instead. So we'll use forests to cast this. What does this do? Oh, that's interesting. So if a counter was put on a permanent, put a +1/+1 counter. Okay, actually then we want to put this guy down first. I'll put this guy down and just pass. Then we can start playing these and this guy will pump up. So green-white can be about doing stuff like this. Oh, they have a bunch of removal. Well, okay. Trying to get a creature to stick on the board, but they're playing black, so they've got a lot of removal. I guess I removed 2 of their creatures, so there you go. This will help us draw some land. I wish I could cast 4 forests to play this, but I don't have 4 forests. They have something that they can do, which is really scary. Ugh. I'd love to do that. They have another instant or removal card, I'm pretty sure. We're going to pay 4 for X. I don't know what the X is. Here, cancel that. I don't know. I'm trying to cast this card. I don't understand what the X even means. Okay, there we go. Huh. I didn't see anywhere on here that there was a... Oh, X just means you can pay over the cost, I think. You can pay as much as you can to make this even stronger. If they have it go for the throat, they can't actually play it. It's because it's an artifact, which is good. Or maybe what they had... The game was telling them they could do was just unearth. So the game will pause if somebody has an action with the mana available. It's a way you can kind of like cheat and tell what somebody has. So they're unearthing, and they want me to choose a blocker. And all right, so it's going to exile. I'm going to just kill this. I'll take the damage. That's fine. All right, so they want to just attack with that stuff, which is okay. And then... I probably want to... If they do that again, they can attack me for 6, but... I'm going to do this. And then this kind of forces the issue that next turn I have lethal damage. If they try to play that unearth thing again, they don't have unearth. They're gone. You can't do it again and again. That would be too good, wouldn't it? Okay. So they go to exile. This is their exile pile. All right. So they put down a 2/1, but it's tapped. This thing is a 9/9. I guess they're going to try and unearth this guy. But he'll enter the battlefield tapped. So if they have no blockers, we should just win right here. There's a lot of interesting mechanics that I'm not very used to, which is cool. I haven't played in a while. Unearth is not something from a set that I'm familiar with. So what happens is, like, Kami, if one or more... Alright, that's cool. Alright, what I'm going to do is just go next. I'm just going to see if they have anything to stop this. They don't. Okay. We win! So that was cool. So unearth is a good way to do damage, but it doesn't leave a permanent on the board. They exile end of turn. You don't get to unearth them again. And we had, once we got a creature that could stick, that they couldn't kill, we could put a bunch of counters down. And because we won, we get this deck, which is so cool. So we got these Mythic Clay Champions. We got some of these cards. Now, we don't get all of the stuff that was in the deck that we just used, I think. I'm not sure. But we get, like, some of it, and then we would need to fill in the rest. But it's great for just building up our collection. Yay! So look at all these cards that we just got. We got dual lands. Amazing. Several copies of these. You know what? They might have given us the whole deck, but we can then make it better by getting more of, like, for example, these lands. Whenever you play 2 colors, or multicolor, you want as many of these lands that give multiple colors as you can get to what's called mana fix. So you have as much mana of each color so you can cast all your spells. And we just get a bunch of... Look at this. We get a bunch of gold. We get a bunch of experience. So beautiful, right? All right. And let's go ahead and claim. We got this reward, which is Concealing Curtains. Okay. Not great, but whatever. And then let's go back to home and see what our quests are at. So we need to do red and white, or green and white, green and blue. Let's do red and white. Rakdos. I like that combo. Let's go back here. And, oops, I don't want to do this. Oh, yeah, here we go. I want to choose this one, the red and white. Submit deck. And let's see if we can play somebody else. Okay, so we are red and white. Rakdos, which is like a cool synergy, aggressive deck where I think it's Rakdos. Gosh, I get these color combos wrong all the time. Where we're going to be putting down artifacts and equipping stuff. So we have a red-white, we have a red, and we can cast a lot of the stuff that we have here if we get one more mana, so I'll keep this. We're just looking for one more land. All right. And they're playing skeletons. And that's fine. For Mirrodin, when this enters... Let me see this. It says, when this enters the battlefield, create a 2/2 red rebel token and attach this to it. Oh, that's cool. Alright, so this gives us a guy who's a 3/1. If we can get 1 mana, we're going to be in great shape. I will easily block right there. Here we go. Okay, let's see. What do I want to do? Equip abilities cost less to activate. This has double strike. All right, I'll cast this one. And I'll equip this. Alright, that's fine. So they killed my creature, but we are actually okay here. So I'm going to play a Plains. We're going to play this, and then I'm going to just basically kill this really fast. They have a response to this, which is interesting. Okay, they're going to sacrifice to draw cards. That's fine. Oh, cancel. They quit. They saw that it was over. Yay! Alright, so we removed their board, and they must have not gotten any creatures, and now we unlock a new deck. How about that? So this is a great way to get decks. Now, I'm choosing it based on the colors that I need for my quests, and we're getting all kinds of money, and we can claim our reward, which is this. Okay. And let me look at the quests again. All right, so we still need white or blue. Well, guess what? You know how to do that? We just go back and we do the starter deck duel, and let's choose blue-white. High Flying Valor. You can choose, though, whatever combinations that you want. Like, if there's a combo that you want to get the cards for, go for it. I'm just trying to do the quests, like, double dip here. So you saw that Selesnya, the green-white, was all about counters. That deck was putting +1/+1 counters on. Red-white was about artifacts. And then blue-white is a controlling deck, usually. Although this might not be. Let's see. We've got 4 lands and a 1/1, a 2/1, and a 3. I'll keep this. It might be too much mana, but I'd rather have too much than too little. Let's see here. So I will actually play this first so I can put this card down. We don't have anything we can do next turn, so we'll just play... nah, I don't want to draw any more mana. That's a shame. I'm done with mana, please. This card is really, really strong. So is this card. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and I have a good mana, so I keep drawing lands, which is unfortunate. I'll start with this one. I'm attacking. This creature is 1/1. It has first strike, so if they block, they die. What does this thing do? Oh, okay, so they get a boost for sacrificing. Okay. If we can draw something that's not land next turn, we have an interesting shot. This is a very strong card. So the reason I played this guy first was because now we have this boon, which you can see over here. The boon goes on the left. Okay, we just saw that card. And the boon basically says, when you cast your next spell, that creature enters with an additional +1/+1 counter. So we want that, so that when we cast this guy, he's a 3/3. And then we get to put a counter on a creature that we control, and we'll put it on this one right here. Ah, here we go. Great, what does this do? Sweet. All right, that's going to be really helpful. I will then... I don't need 4 mana this turn, so it's a good time to sneak this in. If you can sneak in a card like this when you don't need the extra mana, try to get it played so that you aren't behind on mana. I'm going to play this card. They have no mana. They're tapped out. So this guy triggers. The boon goes off. This guy gets stronger. I'm going to put down the land that we talked about. And at the beginning of combat, we can put a counter down. And I'll put it right here. And I'm going to attack with my stuff. They could block all day if they want. We have first strike and a 3/3. Now what they could do is they could use both to block the first strike and kill it, basically, which is completely fine with me. Oh, okay, they did it like that. That was an interesting decision. They might not understand first strike. So remember, with first strike, we do our damage before they get to do theirs back. You know, the last time I did this tutorial, the starter decks were all different. And they're going to be different based on when you're playing the game. Based on what sets are active, they will mix and match the starter decks. And it's really, really interesting to see. This is a fun deck. Exile target creature with mana value less than or equal to the number of planes you control. Its controller gains 3 life. So we could, like, get rid of this if we wanted to. I'm just going to play this. Right? But I don't need to get rid of this thing. I'll show you why. It's a sorcery. I get to +1/+1 counter. I'm going to give this dude +1/+1, and I'm just going to attack with these two. This way, he has to lose every... Okay, he is going to block right there. All right, and... Okay. So we have a pretty insane board here. He's also got mana problems. He's only got 3 mana, and we've got 5 down. So we drew a little bit... We flooded a little early, but he is not drawing enough land. Now, all we have to do is just make our stuff larger. Oh, he wants to attack. No blocks. You got it, dude. Okay. And we'll play a land, and this is flying creatures you control. Well, we can flash this in if we want. So this is a soldier, this is a soldier, this is a soldier, and this is a soldier. If we play this, next turn when we attack, we can shield trigger and give everything +1/+1, which is pretty awesome. I am just going to go ahead and say next, and we'll attack. I'm going to pump up this card. So now we can attack with everything, and nothing of ours can die to their 3/2 defender. We have 8, 11, 13, so they have to block something. They're not going to. That was the first strike damage. Okay. I should have cast this to move my quest along. That was kind of a mistake, but whatever. We got it. Just to get the extra white spell in. But we completed the starter deck challenge. So now we got ourselves 3 starter decks, and look at all the sweet stuff we got. We got a new card back. We got 600 gems. We got the blue-white deck with all of the stuff that it contains. And this gives us a great place to work from. We also got this. Okay. And we'll claim the reward here, which is, ooh, we got a Frodo with cool artwork. And now we have completed, we've unlocked a new play mode to play against other aspiring planeswalkers. So we're spark ranked, so we can play against other people if we want. They keep wanting us to resume the color challenge, but I don't know why this won't disappear. This is done in every way. Anyway, we're going to go back, and we still have this quest to complete. We're still working on this and this for today. These reset each day, I believe. And we have some packs to open if we get up here. And I'm going to go back and look at our decks that we've got now. So we have all of the monocolor decks, and we got green-white, blue-white, and red-white. So we have a bunch of different decks that we can choose from. I think in the next episode, we'll talk about picking a deck, refining it, and working on making it strong enough to play others, to play and work towards earning new cards and seeing what types of decks are out there. Everyone, I hope you're still finding this series to be useful and fun. Thanks so much for watching. Take care.